from Ajahn Pira. Let's start from you. Can you introduce yourself to our new audience?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi everyone. Hi. Now it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. How can I do all knowing now is my start to speak. I don't know how to look at or watching some signs to know in this program or in the screen.
First you introduce yourself.
Oh, now yeah. Okay.
What's your name? How old are you? How many years you've been a monk? And then we'll go to the topic.
I'm Pamahapira Panyakamo from Thailand. I living in Wat Mahata Temple in Bangkok, and my section is 20 section for my living in that. Now I have 17 Wassa. I'm 60 years old. This year is 60 years old.
Oh, you're very old one.
No, start
I feel like I knew.
Just
feel like
start.
14 again, you know. When I join this class, I feel like I'm young, so really good.
Oh,
yeah, enjoy your stuff. Very good. That is
okay. Now, Monit, introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Anisala Kovithayanon. I'm specialty in radiologist, and now 54 years old, but I feel very young.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Ajahn Kon, can you introduce once again? Because that time Ajahn Thita Dhamma wasn't here.
Respect for all venerable and glad to see you, Doctor. My name is Pramha. It's a full name Pramha Udom Kiet. Surname Ratana Sithiyakon. And nickname is Gone. Is a short for remember. Is a Piku name Ratanathammo. I born in the Bangkok, in Chulalongkorn University. Yes, I know University Hospital. Sorry. no, sorry. Oh, sorry. Make it repair. Yes, I born in the Chulalongkorn Hospital. Yes, my home in the Bangkok in the Samre district. Yes.
Okay.
Before I stay in Wat Mahata Temple, section 5. I've been the monk 13 years. I'm 51 years old now. I born 31st October 1970. I'm Halloween baby. You call yes. Halloween baby. Yes. In America, I call me Halloween baby. I don't know Halloween baby. Oh, last 31st October is a Halloween day. Oh, he called me Halloween baby. Yes, in the USA. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Suras, would you like to introduce?
Happy respects to the Sangha. Hello, everybody. My name is Suraj. I am right now a PhD student at the University of Oxford in the UK.
Good.
I am from India. I belong to the Dalit community who converted to Buddhism, and I'm very grateful that I'm spending 10 days in this wonderful abbot with Venerable Sujanu and Venerable Kal. Thank you.
Thank you. How?
Respect to Mahasangha. I'm Ittadammo. Lay name was Kal Kalwane. Here for a few months.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't hear. What's your name?
Ittadammo.
Thita Dhammo. Thita Dhammo.
Thita Dhammo.
Yeah. Anybody has got question to ask one another before we go to the topic of the day?
I want to start. I so
I have some question for Surat, please.
Yes,
Suras, okay.
How long have you been in Aberdeen? Because I never seen you before.
Monday, this is my third day.
Also,
been.
so I have been in that about 2 years ago. I never meet you, never seen. So
So Ajahn Pira was here 2 years here, and he just moved to England 2 months ago. He was here 2 weeks ago for the second vaccination, and he left. So that's why he's puzzled. I haven't seen you for even a one time during this 2 years time.
He lives
so
in
stranger.
Oxford.
So he lives in Oxford. He's a PhD student, second
Very good.
doctor.
Very
He's
good.
doing a second doctorate in Oxford University.
Mhm.
What's a specialist?
So, yeah, specialist
Specialist.
in
History.
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 He's doing research on Dalits in India and Black community in America.
Africa. Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I have a question to ask Monit. Where is our chip?
I don't know. I tried to call him, but
Very good, short answer. Okay, right. So today's topic, I think I mentioned about it last time as well, right? And then I requested some of you to speak on Metta, right? You remember? Anybody wants to share on Metta? Monit, have you prepared anything to talk?
okay, I will talk with my experience.
Okay.
One time of my retreat. Vipassana master was venerable from Myanmar, and he told us to do Metta Bhavana for the first 3 days, and then after turn to do Vipassana Bhavana for the last 4 days. I maybe I forget, maybe 4 days or 7 days for the rest for Vipassana Bhavana. For the first 3 days, when I did Metta Bhavana, I could do it easily. Walked with smiling. Walk with smiling, and everything looked happily. And then when turn to Vipassana Bhavana, I can observe clearly about my body and mind for 5 aggregate, and can gain more and more wisdom in that retreat. But I saw many people cannot do this. Maybe from they have more anger. Chàoละ, the end.
Okay. Okay. Anyone has got anything to ask Monit on her practice of a loving kindness meditation? But she was saying that one time when she attended the retreat, the Venerable Master from Myanmar was instructing all the participants to practice loving kindness to start off, which helped her to gain more insight when the time came to practice the Vipassana meditation. So, anyone wants to ask or anything?
I have one question for her. And
Okay.
Monit, you have to training well with Metta Bhavana. It means you practice in Samatha or Sundarin meditation or calm meditation. But I want to know how your master is successful for develop your Metta Bhavana to be Vipassana. How to? I want to know this. That you are
How to practice Metta Bhavana.
Yes. How to develop more be Vipassana. Yeah. From Metta Bhavana. Yes.
Oh,
Very interesting.
how to develop to do
Metta.
Vipassana Bhavana.
With the Metta, that you start from Metta. Yeah. After that.
I think for the first 3 days to do loving kindness practice.
Yeah.
I could gain more and more concentration. That for the last 4 or maybe 7 days, I could observe very clearly about Vedana, about body, feeling, perception, and my thought.
So Ajahn Pira was asking that first you practice the loving kindness meditation. After loving kindness meditation, how did you develop towards Vipassana? So did you stop practicing loving kindness and practice Vipassana, or continue practicing loving kindness and then developing from the loving kindness to Vipassana?
Maybe 10 years before that retreat, I did Vipassana practice, and that is the first time that I did loving kindness practice. Huh? Can you understand me?
No, the question, I think you need to understand the question.
อาตมาถามว่าตอนที่โยมเจริญเมตตาภาวนาน่ะก็เป็นสมถะใช่ไหมมันเป็นสมาธิเบื้องต้นในการทำสมาธิแล้วหลังจากที่เราเจริญเมตตาแล้วอ่ะเราจะยกจิตเข้าสู่วิปัสสนาจากการที่ทำเมตตามาก่อนนั้นได้อย่างไรเข้าใจไหม
หมอจะบอกเนี่ยค่ะหมอจะบอกท่านว่าคือหมอทำวิปัสสนาภาวนามาตลอดทำมาเป็นเวลา10 กว่าปีแล้วก็แต่ครั้งนั้นอ่ะอาจารย์เขาเชิญพระอาจารย์มาจากพม่าแล้วเขาก็ให้ลองทำเมตตาภาวนาก่อนซึ่งมันเป็นครั้งแรกที่ได้ลองทำแบบนั้นนะคะแล้วพอยกจิตขึ้นวิปัสสนาคือมันเป็นสิ่งที่เราทำมาตลอดอยู่แล้วเจ้าค่ะมันก็เลย
โยมจะพยายามจะอธิบายอารมณ์ถึงเวลานั้นที่เราได้รับการถ่ายทอดจากครูบาอาจารย์สอนให้ทำเมตตาก่อนแล้วก็เข้าปฏิบัติวิปัสสนาต่อใช่ไหมอันนั้นคืออารมณ์ที่โยมประสบในตอนนั้นแต่ตอนนี้ที่อาจารย์ถามเนี่ยที่มาถามเนี่ยหมายความว่าเราจะเอาวิธีจากการที่เราเจริญเมตตามาอัดแอปหรือเอามายกจิตให้มันสูงขึ้นกลายเป็นวิปัสสนาได้อย่างไรมันมีเทคนิคอย่างไรหรือว่าเคล็ดลับอย่างไรตรงนี้มันคนละส่วนกับอารมณ์กรรมฐานที่เราได้อันนี้ถามวิธีว่ารู้ไหมหรือว่าได้รับตอนนั้นได้รับคำแนะนำมาอย่างไงมาถ่ายทอดกันมาแชร์กันนะ
คือเดิมถ้าหมอไม่รู้จะอธิบายเป็นภาษาอังกฤษไงนะท่านสุชน เดี๋ยวขอพูดภาษาไทย
เข้าใจที่ถามแล้วนะ
If you have understood the question, you can try speaking in English now.
Okay, I will try. When I was young, I did samatha bhavana maybe 15 years old by doing putto when I inspire I talk to myself put, and when I expire I talk to myself to, and I can do this for the long time, but when I was 31 years old, I did practice vipassana meditation from vipassana Chiang Mai Center, and the practice of vipassana bhavana in สติปัฏฐานสี่พูดไงอ่ะ
4 foundations of mindfulness.
Okay. Vipassana practice in 4 foundation, and so after that I did it for all time to do vipassana bhavana.
Okay.
อาจจะฟังแล้วงง
Okay, I will tell you. Okay. Basically, when you are practicing in this loving kindness meditation for a couple of days, it's like cultivating your mind, okay, preparing your mind, and then after that you are living mindfulness of metta, and then you are concentrating on the satipatthana, right? You're practicing satipatthana, so you're living practice of a metta and practicing satipatthana. So that's how you practice, right? So you're not continue practicing the metta bhavana and then developing from there to the vipassana. You will just to change the object of a meditation and practice of a satipatthana, and that's how, because that's how you will practice, because your mind is already prepared, fully freed from all the anger and hatred and jealousy, annoyance and resentment. It's very easy to gain the insight. So it's very easy to get the concentration, easy to be calm, and easy to be mindful. You can focus on 4 foundation much better. Okay, so this is how. Ajahn Pira's question was, how did you develop from metta to vipassana? Okay, so this is how you will practice. Okay. Anyway, okay, we have to move on.
This is like this is.
Yeah. Okay. ท่านอาจารย์กร do you have anything to share or ask?
Oh, it's today the first time I just listen first.
Okay.
Maybe I listen, maybe I don't clear 100%, maybe 50% and 60% let it.
Okay.
I just listen.
Tita Dhammo, do you have anything to add on on the Monit's?
I guess so when cultivating metta, I tried to follow the Buddha's instructions on the Karaniya Metta Sutta, how to feel the love that a mom would feel to a child. So trying to sort of turn that into a tangible feeling in the mind, a feeling of boundless and unconditional love. then you sort of realize it's something that is always really present in our minds, but we contain it towards a few people, towards a few aspects of ourselves. So this you can, if you try to follow the instruction of looking at it in the own mind, you will realize it is present, and then you just use this as an object of concentration. So that, I guess, that would be samatha. So then this can expand, and you can apply effort. I apply effort into it to expand it towards all corners of the mind, towards all corners of the body, and then release it outwards. So it sounds a bit wishy-washy, but it's sort of a very real feeling, and that puts the mind at a real sense of ease and comfort, and the hindrances, especially fatigue, sort of die down, and in fact disappear, get washed over by metta. So that puts the minds at a real ease, and can turn it towards vipassana when the mind is at that level of ease and comfort. The tilakkhana can be seen quite clearly, and even the object of metta itself, we can see the tilakkhana in that, because it's not permanent, so it waxes and wanes. Sometimes fatigue can overtake, sometimes attack from the sides, and then it goes away like that, up and down, and that's the anicca. And you can understand the anatta and dukkhata on that as well. Dukkhata, especially when it goes away, or the feeling of unease that comes around when your mind realizes that this thing that you were so nice and a little bit attached to is now going away. So that's my take on metta bhavana.
Okay. Anyone?
I have some added more from Ajahn Suchon said. For practice meditation, we have two kinds. We know all of them. Both of them is samatha and vipassana. But both of two kinds of meditation that we practice, one of is so very significant for practice is mindfulness. So I have heard Ajahn Dr. Somai said, before you share loving kindness, you have to know the quality in your metta, in your own or yourself first, and then how to create or how to generate thinking or well thought for people. You have to put more mindfulness with your generate or your create the good word for sharing loving kindness. Not only the word to say or mantra, but you have to focus on your mind with the sati, including with your sharing loving kindness is more important for your develop with vipassana. Because of vipassana, they need to you have to awareness or get mindfulness with your verbal, with your activity all time. When you share loving kindness with your full of mindfulness, and you understand and you have the quality in your own, it means you practice meditation, vipassana develop too at the same time. And after that, you can develop or practice inside meditation easily, because you get activate your mindfulness with your practice metta bhavana. That is my understanding, and that's why you.
Okay. Thankon, Achankon, do you want to say anything about metta bhavana?
Metta bhavana. I cannot explain in English.
ภาษาไทยก็ได้ภาษาไทยก่อนก็ได้
In
เดี๋ยว
Metta
อาจารย์จะได้แปล
bhavana,
ให้ฟัง นะพอเราไม่เข้าใจคำเดี๋ยวท่านจะได้อธิบายเราฟัง
โอเคเมตตาภาวนาเมตตาภาวนาก็มันก็เป็นการปฏิบัติอย่างหนึ่งในกรรมฐาน40นะครับ40อย่างที่เราสามารถเลือกใช้ได้สำหรับคนที่เป็นโทสะจริตคนขี้โมโหมากๆครับเขาต้องใช้เมตตาเป็นตัวแก้ใช้เมตตาเป็นตัวแก้เป็นให้มันปรับสมดุลทางจิตที่ว่าคนมีความโมโหง่ายทำอะไรคล่องแคล่วว่องไวเกินเหตุใช้เมตตาเข้าไปแก้มันเป็นการ
ให้ช้าลง
ครับให้มันซอฟลงให้มันเบาลงแล้วก็เป็นการวิธีฝึกอย่างหนึ่งสำหรับคนที่เป็นโทสะจริตเฉพาะทางนะครับไม่ใช่ใช้สำหรับคนทั่วไปมันก็เฉพาะทางสำหรับคนที่เป็นโทสะจริตเท่านั้นแต่ว่าถ้าทำอย่างนั้นบ่อยๆก็มันก็มีผลดีๆหลายอย่างครับถ้าเราไม่เป็นโทสะจริตเราก็สามารถทำได้อย่างมีพระสูตรก็เมตตาจะพิกเวเจโตมิวุติยาก็มีอานิสงส์อีก11อย่างก็แบบนั้นก็โอเคก็สามารถทำได้เหมือนกันแต่ว่าถ้าเป็นมันก็เป็นสมถะอย่างหนึ่งครับสมถะสุดท้ายก็จบตรงอันอย่างที่อาจารย์องค์กลางท่านว่านะถ้ารู้จักทุกข์ก็รู้จักอะไรนะอนัตตาทุกขังนิจังเหมือนกันหมดเลยเหมือนรักเข้าทำนองเดียวกันอยู่ภายใต้กฎไตรลักษณะเดียวกันหมดทุกอย่างแต่มันก็ต้องยกกันนะไม่ใช่ว่าเราทำแต่สมถะไปเรื่อยๆมันก็ดีครับสามารถแค่ควบคุมจิตได้ควบคุมพฤติกรรมได้ภายนอกเผลอมันก็ไปเหมือนเดิมถ้าเราเผลอจิตออกไปมันก็ไปเหมือนเดิมไม่ว่าจะเป็นทุกอย่างที่เรา
เดี๋ยวอย่ายาวมากเดี๋ยวแปลไม่หมด เดี๋ยวให้ท่านแปล
อาจารย์เขาอยู่ในหัวอยู่แล้วโถแค่นี้จิ๊บเขารู้มันจะมันโซน
เดี๋ยวแปลไม่ทันยาวเกิน
Okay you can try speak in English what you have said
yes I'm trying to speak in English มันtry to speak English is a metta like one kind of body meditation in Buddha taught in the past time ago in the for people who อะไรขี้โมโหอีกแล้วอาจารย์กรี๊ดคนขี้โมโหเรียกว่าangry person especially for angry person to balance to make to my for balance แค่นี้ครับ
พูดยาวแล้วแปลเป็นอังกฤษเป็นยาก
ครับผมไม่เป็นไรครับแต่เขาระดับอยู่แล้ว
Okay Monit do you want to say what Thankon has said in English you are muted
เปิดประเด็นมันเดี๋ยว
Monit unmute yourself okay
Thankon said about Metta Bhavana is one kind of practice meditation for correct the one who have more and more anger for balance his emotion
okay what else
no
Thanachan Pira do you remember what else he said
I remember he said that what Metta Bhavana is one of Samatha Kammathan 40 kind of Samatha Kammathan for practice in certainly meditate but they can support to practice more develop inside meditation because your mind is so calm someone have some frustration anger or another kind of delusion defilement come to visit and it's hard to take meditation for develop more when they have to generate Metta Bhavana his mind or their mind is so calm and easy to practice more develop inside meditation มันยาวกูจำไม่หมด
so there's missing two things missing here Ajahn Kon he further mentioned that a person who practice metta can develop up to the Metta Ceto Vimutti, right? And developing and then attainment of 11 types of benefits that we normally chant in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, 11 blessings, 11 benefits that we can attain. And further on, he also mentioned that as we practice Metta Bhavana, it softens our mind. Mind becomes more open to the things and to the people. And with that, it's very easy to gain the samadhi. And further gaining that samadhi, we can cultivate towards the vipassana practice. After that cultivation, we will be able to channel to understand as Thantita Dhammo said, Tilakhana. Yeah? Do you know what is Tilakhana?
ทุกสมุดทุกอนิจจังทุกขังอนัตตาติลักษณะ
We don't understand. Speak in English.
Suffering เหรอ I don't know.ติลักษณะ in English I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Call me. ติลักษณะ is what it ติลักษณะ three situation เหรอ
Yes,
Three what three?
What three ลักษณะ
characteristic.
Sorry?
Three kinds of truth.
No. Thantita Dhammo.
3 impermanence, impersonality, and dissatisfaction or suffering. The 3 constitutions of all conditioned phenomena.
The name.
Tilakhana.
Tilakhana.
What does it mean?
Yeah.
The 3 signs, the 3
Trinity.
No.
Trinity. Characteristic.
It's not the Trinity.
Trinity.
Yes. Anachan Pira, right? Yeah, it's called 3 characteristics.
Characteristic.
Yeah, 3 characteristics. And that is dukkha. Sorry, that is anicca, dukkha, and anatta.
Characteristics now of
characteristic.
So
character.
After our mind becomes soft, opened and stabilized, firmed, and we can cultivate that into the vipassana meditation. And a practice of a vipassana meditation helps us to understand these 3 characteristics, and which eventually leads to the liberation. Okay, so that is the main. And we have been talking that in a way the positive one, according to the teachings. First of all, if we are practicing loving kindness, first of all, we have to understand the danger of a dosa, the hate, danger of anger, that why this is so difficult. Right? So dosa, we have to understand that dosa or resentment or annoyance, that why this is so bad. And we can see a person who has got the hate or anger can do everything, can destroy anything. Yeah. So can you talk about dosa then? What can happen? Dosa. Who wants to speak on dosa? Anger, hate.
Oh, anger, hate.
We have one verse in Dhammapada as well. Nahi verena verani sammantida kudachanam. Yeah, am I right?
Yes, like a giant, sorry.
Yeah. So
giant, sorry.
Now let me show you PowerPoint.
Yes, PowerPoint.
So this is the metta. English translation is always this comes together. Okay, loving kindness. It's not just a love, and it's not just a kind. It is loving kindness. Can't be separate. Whenever it separates, then the meaning will be changed. It's love. If we translate metta as a love, then that's an affection, passion. And we will be only thinking about the person we like, only person who is very close to us. Okay, that is not what metta means. And again, kindness, this is again, it will be different meaning if it's the kindness alone. Again, we can be kind to a person, to the thing that we like, whereas metta is beyond. Yeah, so that's why here they're wishing sincerely for others to be happy. So sincerely, others to be happy. And famously translated here as friendliness. So metta comes from mitta. Mitta means friend. And a metta is being friendliness. And having a goodwill, a thought of a goodwill and loving kindness. And a benevolence, universal love. Yeah? So benevolence is the chief in the metta. This is the chief in the metta. And so the result of the practice of a metta is softens our heart and a sincere wish for the welfare and happiness of others. So you are not expecting anything in return. So it hasn't got any passion or a lust. So that's why this is love. Yeah? And here in the corner, I put this one passage here. That means the sun shades to all, so metta too. Okay? There's no discrimination, no biasness. Sun never say that, oh, I don't like you and will not give you a ray. So metta is not like that. The moment when you say, oh, I dislike you, so I'm not going to metta to you, and that's not the right one. Okay, so this is the metta. Here, this is another practice which normally people do not remember, practice or do not chant. This comes from the Chaturaraka Bhavana, one of the bhavanas, the cultivation. It's called Metta Bhavana. We don't have to read in Pali today, so we will go on this this chant. If we do it, it is said it brings the protection. Okay. Monit, do you want to read English?
Okay. Metta Bhavana, the friendliness meditation in a similar way to oneself. All beings desire happiness. Having seen that, one should gradually develop friendliness towards all beings. May I constantly be happy, free from suffering, unlike myself. May my benefactors be happy, neutral persons and foes also. In this village and its surrounding fields, may beings always be happy, and those in other countries and people throughout the universe, throughout the entire universe, may the countless beings, creatures, persons, and
Bhutas.
Bhutas. What is that?
Bhutas is yeah.
ก็พูด
Who
เนี่ย
have
ภาษาไทย
attained
กัน
พูดเหรอ
นั่นแหละพูดตัด
Who have attained individuality, be happy, and so to all women, men, noble ones, and also ignoble ones, gods, humans and fallen creatures, and likewise all beings in the 10 directions.
Okay, so this is from the Chaturaraka Bhavana, one of the bhavanas that one should practice in order to bring the safety and the guardian. Okay, now there's another sutta that Tantita Dhammo referred. Anybody remember? That's Karaniya Metta Sutta. Okay, and Karaniya Metta Sutta is so detailed and so hard to understand or comprehend completely, although it doesn't give much the detail, but it has got so much detail in that Karaniya Metta Sutta, which we will discuss later. So this is a metta, and here the characteristics of the metta is to promote aspects of welfare of others, in any means, any ways. And how it functions is welfare, manifest removal of annoyance. So this is a dosa, okay, or anger, removal of anger or dosa, annoyance.
แม่ต้องปิดหน้าต่าง
Proximate cause is seeing lovable in beings. So every beings are lovable, lovely. That which Tantita Dhammo mentioned before practicing, is thinking of a mother who loves the child and thinking in his entire body of that love and spreading it beyond. So that is the proximate cause. And the success is ill will subsided or abandoned. So payapada, right? Vyapada is no more there. So this is how we basic understanding of the metta bhavana. Okay, so this is the what's called the foundation of a metta. And here, how do you practice metta? What should be avoided and how one can practice? What is need to be avoided here in the practice?
Raga.
Raga. Okay, so Tantita Dhammo said, avoid raga. Anyone? Do you know what does raga means?
Lust.
it? Lust. Okay.
Lust. Passion.
Yeah. Passion. Yeah. What else need to be avoided?
To avoid person
the fights, arguments.
that opposite. Vipassana master talk to me that don't think about man.
That's a way of a practice. That's a ways.
Yes.
That's a ways.
I guess that could go for raga as well.
Yeah.
Tree of heaven.
Same sex.
Opposite gender.
Unless you're gay, it is.
Avoid. Okay. Same sex. Opposite sex.
Opposite gender.
Okay. What else need to avoid?
Arguments. Also, Parusha Vachana. Wrong speech. Wrong speech. Saying.
What else?
Gossiping. I don't know.
Is that just a verbal wrong?
Sorry?
Is that just
action? Wrong. I don't know. Okay, I just put gossiping.
หลวงพี่กรณ์
hateful
help
words.
จดไม่ทันเลยครับอาจารย์
husband and wife น่ะ
No you can live okay
what is
negative thought
okay negative thought take a number negative thought
อ๋ออืม
okay
Harming animals as well helps.
yeah okay
hateful word ที่เชิงลบอ๋อ gossiping อ่ะ
anything that you can think of what
drunk
avoid ฮะ
drunk beer whiskey don't drunk
drunk beer whiskey in Scotland there are many
beer
Okay,
Yes.
beer and whiskey.
and อะไร
Vodka.
ยาเสพติดเขาเรียกว่าอะไรอาจารย์ยาเสพติดยาเสพติดทั้งหมดนะยาเสพติด
drug
yes.
drug
สุรา
ดัก จี
yeah drug
อ๋อดักไม่ใช่ยากินนะอ๋อ
intoxicant
อ๋อ intoxicant นี่คืออันนี้คือยาเสพติดครับ intoxicant เนี่ยครับ
พิษของเป็นพิษคือที่เป็นพิษทั้งหลาย
สุราทั้งหลาย
tobacco
ยาเมาอย่างเงี้ย
อ๋อสุรายาเมาเป็นเครื่องนะ intoxicant เนี่ยอ๋อ
okay this is the preliminary practice that one has to avoid. There is one very big one missing here to practice the loving kindness. What is the opposite of a loving kindness?
anger
That is the main one.
dosa
is the main.
yes
Okay, that needs to be.
I'm waiting for this answer this question for dosa is so straight to the point.
Yeah, so dosa is the main. Okay, the main point here. So we have to remove the
ท่าน
dosa.
ก่อนพูดเมตตามันเครื่องแก้กับโทสะ
Yeah.
มันเป็นประธานเลย
So that is needed to avoid. Now, if we have a dosa, then they will have an argument, will have a wrong speech and gossiping, hateful words, negative thoughts, and harming animals. So all comes under dosa.
yes
Okay. The last one is a moha, not a dosa. The last one is moha. Okay. So the last one is coming from moha. Okay. And this opposite sex obviously comes from lust. Yeah. And this is coming from moha.
Okay.
You need to be free of the defilements first before you do metta.
First, you have to see the danger of the dosa.
angry dosa
hate
hate
hatred
okay. Hate, anger, or resentment, or what the many words you can use. Okay. And now here,
hatred.
Okay. Now, anybody wants to say anything in that? Why do we have to avoid having a dosa?
มีไหม
คือความเอาแต่ใจตัวเองอะไรว่าไงอาจารย์ my self first เหรอ
selfishness ความเห็นแก่ตัว
my self first อะไรต้องไม่ได้ใช้
selfish เหรอเจ้าคะ
So when we practice loving kindness meditation, first instruction was given is see that hatred has got a lots of danger that causes a lots of trouble to ourselves and also to others. So first it harms oneself and then it harms others. In order to go to the argument, so you are frustrated, you are in deep trouble by thinking a lot. Okay. So you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't function properly. Your body will be heats up, your mind will be, you know, in a big like a charcoal heating up. And your wrong speech and a gossip or hateful speech, you will be saying all sort of wrong speeches. Okay.
Suffering.
And you will have always this negative thoughts. You suffer first before anybody else. Before you say one word, you have suffered maybe how many words? So that's why seeing that danger, that it harms us first before harming anybody else. The moment when we see that it harms us, then we will be able to practice the meditation. And here also avoid there in a way of a practice. There are two things to remember. And here avoid practicing first. Avoid practicing and then beginning. Beginning practice. So this is a preliminary preparation. This is a preparation to practice loving kindness meditation. And in a ways to practice before going into that. Why not going?
Stuck.
The way.
Okay, so the second, my computer is too old. Okay, so here first, how do you practice metta? The first, review danger of hate and advantages in patience. So hate should be abandoned and patience will attain. So patience is the key. Khanti is the key. Khanti is the key to overcome the hate. Without this, you cannot practice metta at all. You cannot practice metta. And now here, danger of a hate or resentment or the dosa. What happens here? One obsessed with hate can do all evil, even to kill. Okay? And this is what I have mentioned from Dhammapada. Nahi verena verani sammantida kudachana. By hatred, never cease the hate. And here again, as I said, one who hates is the first victim of that hate. You will be the first victim of that hate. So that's why the reason we have to take out or abandon this dosa, the resentment or annoyance. And this is 5 ways of dispelling annoyance. So these initial practices we have to do before we going into practice of a loving kindness. That's why practice of a loving kindness is not easy. The practice of a metta is not easy job. It takes a lot of effort. I remember a few years ago when I was teaching a meditation at the Aberdeen Museum, all the staffs, Yeah. And after I taught Vipassana meditation, at the end, I introduced practice of a loving kindness. And then one man, he came up and said to me, and that was after the Paris attack, yeah? Paris attack by the terrorist. And he said that he couldn't practice loving kindness because he was kept thinking about these terrorists who attacked, who harmed. And then he said, how could we practice loving kindness? So you cannot practice without leaving this dosa. It's not easy job. Same with us. It's easy to practice loving kindness to someone who we love. Oh yes, I love him, love her. So I want to bless her and I want to bless him, and may he be well, may he be happy. It's easy, but someone those who do not like, it's very difficult. So that's why in the process, first thing we have to take away this dosa, and this is how you have to reflect. This is not from me, I'm saying this is what the Buddha's instruction is. Okay, so first let them hurt the body, not a mind. See, this is even already hard. Let them beat me, but not my mind.
เจ็บใจยากกว่า
hard for me I will hurt him back
like a back a dog.
Yeah, and the second one is do not copy others to be angry. So I use this do no bark back as a do not. Yeah, so do not bark back a dog.
I can do
So
because I can't bark
you will bite,
yes
You bark all the time, Marasaris.
So this is the second practice. Okay, and the third, do not reply. Do not reply or react as someone wants you to act. This is I normally practice a lot. And I even refer it to many people. I always tell them that whoever is trying to make you wind up, trying to make you angry, their intention is to wind you up, to be angry. And the moment when you become angry, they are already succeeded. They will be happy. Yes, I can make him angry. Yes, I can make her angry. So they are already happy. They are already succeeded their job. But the moment when you stay calm, then, oh, what's going on here? I remember a few years ago, I was traveling via Iran. Yeah. And at the Iranian airport, Tehran, were staffs. And I was wearing a monk hood, and they were trying to make fun of me. And then I just smiled and, what's wrong? And they one another look at themselves and just puzzled. Same like here in when I was in Wolverhampton, I met few people like that too. They try to make me angry, and I just laughed at them. And they were puzzled, like that. So that's why the moment when we become angry, that means we have already given a power to that person. So that's why you may have heard me saying, no one can make me angry without my permission. So that is being my practice. No one can make me angry without my permission. Moment when we become angry, that means we have reacted. So reacted their words, their action, their intention, and we have given a power to them. So this is the third practice I normally use a lot. Okay. And then the fourth one, Sorry, Anpira.
Oh yeah, I try to recognize and.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Okay.
I
And the
repeat.
fourth one. Do you want me to write my practice? Can you write?
Yeah, I have coffee already.
No one can make me angry without my permission.
Yeah. Permission 1P.
We have a second person.
That's great.
It's my job.
Okay, so this is my practice that I have been practicing all the time. In this moment, I simply watch my feelings, watch my breath, and then I just be mindful of that and seeing the karma. Okay, and the fourth one: do not angry back at someone's fault. Yeah, they are acting because they don't know. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
It's very hard.
Okay. Do not be angry back at someone's fault.
This one is so difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's very significant for that.
It's very easy to see faults in others. Okay. It's very easy. And this is one we need to practice furthermore as well.
Yeah.
So here, again, I always take a view that I am not perfect and they are not perfect too.
Yes.
So that is how we overcome. And the last one, we are the owner of our own karma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is again a very important part. Doesn't matter others what they do. It's your action that matters. Yeah, it's your action that matters.
You don't claim a share, no?
Yeah. If you do not act or you have said nothing, you haven't created any action. But the moment when you react, you have created your own action. Now you will be the responsible of your own speech, your own action.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is another very important factor that we have to understand. And this is basically the main teachings of the Buddha. Every action that we do, it has a reaction.
Yes.
Sometimes people want to say things about someone's faults, what they have done wrong.
Yes.
They
are always just people.
Yeah.
Just people.
That's their karma. Leave them to accept their own results. The moment when you react, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. Oh, why should you do that? We start gossiping, then you are creating your karma. You are having a share. You're taking a pie.
I mean this. The last word. This means you have to look yourself on your mirror.
Yeah, that's right. Right. Mirror.
Like a mirror. You have to reflect on your karma or action that you have done from other. It's the same consequence. Karma.
Okay.
Very true.
So in these 5, anybody wants to say anything? Your experience? I have told you my experience and how I practice.
Yeah.
Anyone?
So I have some confirmed with Ajahn Mong with this practice meditation by Metta Bhavana. You can practice with before and after meditation. It's good for support your meditation. It's very good. In the synonym is in Palakha Kamatan for Metta Bhavana. Synonym is Palakha Kamatan or supportive meditation. When you refrain your mind so well and easy to realize or reflect on practice with all kind of system that you practice, like your mindfulness exercise to practice based on 4 foundations of mindfulness. It easily, because your mind is so accept everything. Like if you have some angry or another defilement, it's hard to practice meditation more developed. So this is
it's easier to accept the tilakkhana.
yes, like that.
Mind is so soft in that time.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody wants to tell any stories from these 5 ways of dispelling any dosa? No? And here, the last one, see this bit. Anybody understand this one?
Oh, he never felt hateful.
Yeah. So, since he was given the prediction that in the future he will be the Buddha, ever since he became the Bodhisattva, yeah, he became the Niyata Bodhisattva, and after that, according to the scripture, it says that he always practiced the kindness to all beings at all the time.
Yes.
So, are you agree? Is there any moment when he become very angry that you can think any stories?
The one where he was a king fighting his brother, was that before the prediction?
Which one?
Or the swan? The swan?
Yeah, I forgot the name.
Do
you know that?
His cousin, they shot the swan.
Oh no, that's
not that.
When he was in a Jataka, I forgot the name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He was his brother was the king, and his brother exiled him or tried to kill him, and he had to win back the throne.
Is that the Janaka Jataka?
Janaka Jataka.
That's different. That was his father, not himself.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
He wasn't born that time. Janaka, Mahajanaka. Yeah, he wasn't born at that time. It was battle between his father and his uncle.
Okay.
Anybody wants to tell any story about the kindness of the Bodhisattva? Metta Barami เรื่องไหน
Which one?
In many previous life.
No, just to think about the 10 paramitas, and then the Metta Barami, the famous one. Which one do you think of?
ยกตัวอย่าง
Which one?
เรื่องที่พระโพธิสัตว์เฉือดเนื้อให้เสือกินผมก็จำชื่อเรื่องไม่ได้
มีกระโดดด้วยhe dedicated himself
ปรมัตถทานบารมี
มันมีเยอะเรื่องไอ้เด็กก็นึกไม่ออกเลยเด็ก
think
that story is I don't remember.
No, I don't know much about Jatakas. I don't know.
In Dasa Paramita
เรื่องสุวรรณสามได้ไหมนั่นแหละสุวรรณสามที่เมตตาพวกสัตว์ทั้งหลายแล้วสัตว์ก็เลยช่วยปกป้องตอนที่ตาบอดตอนที่ตายนี่สุวรรณสามใช่เมตตาจำไม่มั่นใจ
I don't know
ใครนึกขึ้นเดี๋ยวนี้นึกยากเลย
มีอยู่ชาติหนึ่งที่ว่าเสียสละแทนนางเนื้อหรือเปล่าเจ้าคะที่เสียสละให้เสือกิน
อันนั้นท่านพีระก็พูดแล้วนั่นเป็นปรมัตถทานบารมี
เหรออ๋อ
that's a ปรมัตถทานบารมีเอาชีวิตเดิมพันเอาชีวิตถวาย
Samajataka.
Hmm.
It's too long to read.
เฉลยนึกไม่ออกแล้ว
พระอาจารย์บอกแล้ว
ท่านพูดถูกแล้วสาม
ส่วนละสามถูกแล้ว
ส่วนละสามนั่นแหละwho wants to tell ส่วนละสามชาดกะ
I'm
ส่วน
not
ละสาม
sure
ชาดกะ
I'm not sure
โอเค
เรื่องสามที่เลี้ยงพ่อแม่ใช่ไหม
yes
ใช่
พ่อแม่ตาบอดพ่อแม่ตาบ
เลี้
อย
ง
ด
พ่อแม่
who wants to tell who wants to
แล้วก็
tell
ตัวเองก็
จำเรื่องได้ไหมเล่าให้ฟังหน่อย
อ่ะ
ภาษาไทยก็ได้
เดี๋ยวขอเซิร์ชก่อนเจ้าค่ะ
โอ้
ไม่เอาดิเอาจากสติเอาจากความจำดิธรรมชาติดิ
do you remember
I have no idea.
โอเคท่านที่
พี่กรณ์จำได้ป่ะคร่าว
อ้าวก่อน
ๆจำคร่าวๆได้
เอา
ไหม
เอาภาษาไทยภาษาอังกฤษครับอาจารย์
ภาษาไทยก็ได้
ปนกันเรา
อ๋อ
ผสมกันเอา
เอาส่วนละสามโอเคครับเอาเท่าที่ได้นะครับอาจารย์ขออนุญาต
ได้เขาเรื่องหน่อยเพราะมันลืม
ครับผมส่วนละสามis the name of 10 life before to born to Buddha
land
10 life before Buddha is last one the last 10 life before Buddha is ส่วนละสามis a เมตตาบารมี he practiced เมตตาบารมีส่วนละสาม he have father and mother is blind father and mother he offer food every day one day he go to the forest for find food for mother and father this day is a giant he hunted for deer นะ he shoot อะไรธนูว่าไงอาจารย์
บู
arrow
arrow โอเคผมก็
ลูกศรนั่นแอโร่
yeah he hunt the deer he look in 23 like a deer because 23 he have too much master metta for many kind of animal he shoot the target on 23 but he have อะไรนะลูกศร arrow เหรอ yeah arrow on the body man maybe he will die but he worry about her father and mother he blind in the home we don't have nobody care in forever the giant come to see follow deer he think 23 is a deer he follow for close he see it's not deer it's a person or people yes people not animal not deer what happened he want to to pick ซ่อมยังไง to
ฮิวรักษา
รักษาแล้ว
heal
แปลว่ารักษา
to heal สุวรรณสามมาสุวรรณสาม he worry about so much with about father and mother and he asked the last one verse if อะไรนะ if in the metta I practiced many time ago long time it come true please my pain is อะไรout get out
ท่านจะพูดอะไรแล้ว
ประมาณนั้น
free from pain
free from pain
อธิษฐานใช่ไหมอธิษฐาน
if my practice many time for metta barami in a long time ago my pain is free for I will be free from my pain is now just now pain he free from pain and wake up again to back home to care father and mother again.
Very good.
That is
Oh, very good.
Okay. Anybody
Okay.
wants to add? Anybody wants to add or anything want to say on that story?
เข้าใจหรือ
Was
เปล่า
it a was it a giant or the king?
Maybe king.
King. Okay.
King.
ใช่ใช่
สุวรรณสาม was dead.
Yes.
Then the Deva give the magic to
อ๋อ
give
พี่เคนไม่เสีย
him
Uh,
to ใช่ไหม to alive.
who gave him alive?
Deva.
Deva. Okay.
Deva.
Who shot the arrow? Was it giant or was it king?
หมอ
เอาไปได้
ยักษ์หรือว่ากษัตริย์
I don't know.
Huh? Very good answer.
กบิลยักษ์กบิลยักษ์
Very honest.
giant
These glasses.
What else? Anybody wants to say anything on that Suvarnasama Jataka? So the main topic here in Suvarnasama Jataka, where do you see the metta? So Suvarnasam, he was carrying his parents, blind parents everywhere, and one day Suvarnasam went to collect the water from the pond in the forest, and he was shot to death. Okay, where do you see the metta here?
he not yet who shoot the arrow to him but
That's the point.
yes he not yet you hit me you shoot for me I hit you no
Yeah, so that is the main point here.
or giant back
Yeah.
yes meta back
Okay.
the back
So
giant is surprised
yeah, so his parents were blind. Nobody will look after them if
Yes.
he dies. Okay, and he's going to die because of that arrow, and yet he didn't harbor any hate towards this king Kapila.
King Kapila
Yeah.
is giant
Yeah. He is not a giant, Ajahn.
นั่นเป็นยักษ์
He is a
ผมเป็นยักษ์
king.
อาจารย์เป็นกบิลยักษ์ครับ
ไอ้คนละคนกัน
ไม่ใช่เหรอ
The king.
การปิริยักษ์ก็อีกเรื่องหนึ่งแต่เรื่อง
Human
ก็เลยนี่เนี่ย
นะเจ้าค่ะ
He was a man.
เหรอ
Yeah.
โอเค
คนละเรื่องกันอีกอันนั้นอีกเรื่องหนึ่ง
เคลียร์
ชื่อเดียวกัน
Okay, so and if we are, suppose in our position, somebody hits us, what we will do? We will hit back,
yes
right? And then if somebody cause some trouble to us, what we will do? We will also try to find ways to harm that person. And think about this Suvarna Psalm or a psalm. His parents were blind and he's going to die. And he had this great love towards his parents. And yet, despite he was shot by the arrow, he didn't create any dosa, hate or anger towards this king at all. But despite of that, he simply said, it's okay, I am going to die, but please look after my parents. That's all he said. And that is the main point here of a Metta Parami, the perfection of the loving kindness here. Yeah. And also, if we look at the scriptures, as a monk, once you become a monk, Buddha said that we shouldn't have even little bit of a hate towards anybody else. Even though they cut your limbs, cut your hand, cut your legs, cut your even a head, you shouldn't
Cut
have
your head.
you shouldn't have even a slightestness of hate towards that person. If you have that hate, then you are not a disciple, a true disciple. Will you be able to manage that? Will you be managed to practice that? So that's a metta parami. Okay.
I cannot be a monk.
How? Anybody? Any other stories can think? Any other story you can think? There is another story. There was one while he was an elephant. Bodhisattva was born as an elephant. You want to tell?
I forgot the details. I just know he was an elephant and he went to the royal court. Well, he was taken to the royal. I don't know.
Yeah. So then when he was he was the elephant, and he was also
king
looking
of elephant.
Yes, he was looking after his blind mother. And then there was one what is it called? Pran. What do you call pran?
Hunter.
Good.
Pran.
In Thai called pran.
Pranagata.
Yeah, pranagata. Yeah, pran. Okay, so one hunter was lost his way in the forest, and he was crying, and this elephant was thinking of helping him. So he was this hunter was afraid of this elephant. When elephant walks, when a hunter walks, elephant was walking. When hunter runs, elephant was also running towards him. And he was very afraid of elephant. And this bodhisattva elephant understood that. So whenever a hunter changes his position, he start copying, and slowly hunter understood that this elephant is no harm to him. So an elephant guide this hunter to the city, but this hunter turned out to be a not good one, and he thought of ways to gain the good prize. So he went to the king and told the king that I have seen this giant elephant with the great tusks, and the king sent people to catch him. And in this time again, he was taken to the to the palace, and yet that time he wasn't harboring any hate towards the hunter. That's one story. Another story, when he similarly there was the bodhisattva was become as an elephant, and that time also he saved the hunter, and this hunter came and hunt for the tusks. So the elephant happily gave his task without harboring any hate towards the hunter, like that. So these are the metta baramis. Unfortunately, we have to stop here. We will come to see you day after tomorrow, Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. Okay?
You can, what the topic next?
We will be still on metta. We will be still talking on metta, but I want you to read Karaniya Metta Sutta, and we will come to discuss on the base of a Karaniya Metta Sutta, and then further on I will give you more words how to practice the loving kindness. We haven't gone how to practice loving kindness yet. So we're just talking preliminary part at the moment. So day after tomorrow, we will come and read this Karaniya Metta Sutta, and we'll discuss a little bit, but not in detail, because very big sutta. The Karaniya Metta Sutta is very big and detailed. And then after that, we will see how far we can go on the metta. Okay?
Yeah.
So before we
Okay.
end today, anybody wants to share or anybody wants to ask anything?
Thank you very much for everybody. Thank you very much. But
นมัส
if
การ
something
เจ้าค่ะ
is wrong for me, you ขอโทษด้วยครับ
No.
Hey, it's a learning
ขอโทษด้วย
time.
ครับ
สนุกดีเจ้าค่ะ
Yeah, we practice. Not
Yeah,
ขอบคุณมาก
practice.
ครับ
Okay.
enjoy.
Enjoy. Anybody? Nothing? Then
Yeah, fine.
we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, see you.
บ่าย
ถ้าคราวหน้าครับ
นมัส
เป็นไป
การ
ได้ครั
เจ้า
บ
ค่ะ
ช้าหน่อยครับ ช้านิดนึงฟังไม่ทันครับ ช้านิดนึงช้า
อ๋อ
Okay.
Sulat, you be quiet. When you keep silent, I want to hear your voice. And really,
Thank you,
guys,
meditation.
Yeah.
Thank you, meditation.
Okay. So tonight he's going to be part of my talk at 6 o'clock. You can listen.
Came here for a break.
Okay.
See you.
Yes.
All right then.
They are-
So thank you. Thank you
Bye.
everyone. We'll see you day
นมั
after
สการ
tomorrow.
เจ้าค่ะ
Satu.